Good morning. Just want to say hi to everybody and let you know this is the first of many videos I'm preparing to show you, to let you know this is why you can't find good paying jobs. Today we're going to do part one, how many jobs. And it's important you understand how many jobs. As an example, probably a lot of you don't vote. You think your vote doesn't matter, and I can understand that. But if you don't go up and ask these people running to replace the incumbents, how many jobs do we create each year? They will never think about that. So that's not an issue on their mind. So they're not going to represent you if your main interest is jobs. Same thing with the incumbents, the people already in there. If you don't ask them, how many jobs do we create each year? They're not going to think about it. They're going to be the last thing on their minds. And that needs to be the first thing on their minds if for you to find a job. Anyway, let's go out and discuss this. The very top here, I do last month's, the first week, first Friday of every month, they issue this employment situation report, which basically has this in its first paragraph. It says total non-farm payroll employment increased by 177,000 in April. Now it's important you understand that 177,000 number, and I'll explain why in many separate videos. Anyway, that number of 177,000. To calculate how many jobs we've created each year, we must use the very same data that the government does. The data can be found here by clicking on this link. You click here, you'll go out here. If you click on this 1 year, it'll show 1 year worth of data on that chart, but that's not what we want. We want to do a download, just CSV, go over here and open it. Pull this over here where you can see it. See that last number there, 159,517? See the number before it, the previous month? 177,000. That's how you know you're using the right data. And you need to use the right data for this to work. As you can see here, I did it here and pasted in this article just so you could see it. So now that we know that we're on the right data, we can easily produce a chart showing the job gains, similar to what we did above, subtracting the previous month from the current month for every month. And we can produce a chart like this from 1939 all the way to 2024. This shows you how many jobs have been created through all presidents, not just Biden, not just Trump, all presidents. Now, if you look here at 2 million, that's pretty well the average of all those jobs created. That's why I say we create 2 million jobs per year. And it's important you to know that. Now, President Trump, he was in there from 2016, which is around here, to 2020. As you can see, he didn't create any more jobs either in his first term than any other president. So get over this Republican Democrat stuff. It has nothing to do with that. Now I'm going to stop here because I want to keep these videos short. But I want you to understand. In order for you to understand the rest of the things I'm going to show you, you need to understand this first. So if you don't understand this, follow along with this article. I'll post a link here to the article down below. Follow along with it. Practice it. Get used to it. Because you're going to need to understand it. This is basic. This should be taught to every one of our high school, from junior high to college, every year. It should be a mandatory requirement that one course be devoted to this so that they'll know how many damn jobs we create each year, each month. Because it's important that they know that. Their future depends on it. And why do I say that? If we create fewer jobs than we have, say, high school graduates, Many of our high school graduates will go without a job. Is that the future we want for them? I don't think so. Anyway, that's enough for now. Let's show you our Senate campaign website, vbsenate.com. That's my campaign website. I don't expect you to vote for me, but I do expect you to ask anybody that's running for Senate to replace U.S. Senator John Cornyn to ask them this question: how many jobs do we create? It's important for your future. If you're not willing to do it, nobody else is going to do it for you. Name my websites: Guest Worker Visas, guestworkervisas.com. I'm Virgil. I'd like to hear your questions. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, especially if you're younger. If your kids on TikTok wonder why you can't find jobs anywhere, I want to know. Especially you 4.0 graduates that the best of the best, and you're unable to find jobs. You're having to work at places like Home Depot or Lowe's or convenience store or whatever. That's bullshit. When I was your age, we had the opportunity to do anything we could dream that we were capable of. We need to get back to that. And we're not going to get back to that unless we start asking questions about how many jobs we create of everybody from President Trump on down the line. Thank you. Goodbye.